Guys, welcome to next tutorials on JavaScript from absolute beginner to advanced. In the previous tutorials, I walked you through how to set up JavaScript on your machine with some easy steps. So in this lesson, we are going to dive into the real language itself, the syntax, and we'll create our first JavaScript project. Okay, so in this lesson, we will learn about the JavaScript syntax, JavaScript variables, and JavaScript comment. Okay, I'm taking this course very slow manner so that you'll be able to understand the basics. Understanding the basics is the foundation of JavaScript. So I'll take my time to explain every bit of code as I proceed on. Okay, so in the previous lesson, we installed our Chrome browser and our text editor here. Okay, here. Okay, so before we will start, first of all, let's create our folder. Okay, the folder is where we are going to keep all our project. Okay, so I'm using Mac, so if you're using Windows, create a folder on your desktop or wherever you want to create a project, that folder, sorry. So in my case, I have mine being created inside this folder here. So what I'm gonna do is that I have to open that folder I'm having. So I will navigate to my folder. Let's say I have it here like so, and let me open my folder here. Okay, so I will just drag the folder into my, let me show it here. Let me bring my text editor here. Just drag the folder into your text editor. Okay, so let's say that I want to open it here. So just drag it and it will open it like so. Or you can go to file and then open, and then look at your folder where you have your folder being created. So the same process. Okay, so we have the folder being open. I name my folder as JavaScript complete guide, so you can name it whatever you want. Okay, so I have opened that folder into my text editor. Okay, so first of all, we are going to create some couple of files. Okay, so first let's create our index.html, but before that, maybe my text editor might look different from yours. Okay, the only difference is the theme I've installed and a couple of extensions. So if you want to have the same look of my text editor, I installed this theme called Atom One Dark Theme. You can search for it and install it, and I would advise you to install a couple of extensions to make our coding very easy for IntelliSense and other stuff. So you can also install auto close tag. So just search for here, maybe like this, auto, and then able to see the name of the extension. So first you can install Atom, you can install auto close tag. This one will help you to automatically close the tag for you when you're writing your HTML, and auto rename tag. These are not necessary for this course, but to make your life very easy, you need to have this extension being installed. If you don't, you can still move along. And I also installed what is called live server. Okay, this is very important. Install live server. That will help us to have the server being restarting time and make changes so that you can automatically see our code in the console. So you see how it works. So you can install live server, and you can also install this path IntelliSense. You will get to know how all these things work together. For example, if you want to navigate into certain folder, you need this. It helps you to navigate to that folder really easily. But I will say that This is not a requirement for this course, so you can choose not to do it or you can follow along. And a prettier, okay, this one is for code formatting, okay, and you can read more about prettier. You can install this one. Just search for the name of the extension, for example prettier, just like this, and you're good to go. Okay, click on it, and then I have already installed, so you say uninstall. Okay, so that is it for the extensions I'm using. Okay, and you can customize the feel of your theme as the way you want it. Okay, so let me show you how you can navigate through the text editor here. You see, on the left hand side we have the left hand pane. This one will help you to navigate through your folder, and then this one, if you want to install other extensions, is for that. Okay, so for now let's use these two icons, the folder, and then if you want to install other stuff. Okay, you can see that in my folder I have what is called a readme.md, because I want to keep track of my code to GitHub, so don't worry about this for now. Okay, so now I have it open. So the first step is that we have to create our first HTML file here, or a folder. Okay, so first let me create a subfolder. I would make this folder as variables, because we are going to talk about variables as the first topic. Okay, so inside the variables folder we can name it as you want, but to be able to follow what I'm doing, I advise you to use the same name. Let me make it bigger, and let me create one file called index.html. okay, html. This is where we are going to start coding our HTML, the structure of application. And the next file I want is, maybe I want to add some styles. Let me say styles.css, and the main reason we are here is the JavaScript. So let me add my JavaScript file. Okay, so let me make it script. These names you can make it whatever. You can make it maybe my app, whatever, maybe your name, whatever, but ideally we normally use script.js or app.js. So I prefer using app.js. Okay, and let me close the pane. Okay, so let me make it a little bit smaller. You can have overview. Okay, so for the HTML, let's have a skeleton. You can simple press shift and then the exclamation mark, and you can see the IntelliSense. Okay, hit enter. Sorry, choose the first one, hit enter, and you give the skeleton of the HTML. Okay, so you can also type it by yourself by HTML and the body. So let me delete everything from here for make it very clean and simple. Okay, so if you could not able to get that syntax, shift, you press shift and the exclamation mark. If you don't get it, you can hard code it by yourself, maybe HTML and then the language and head, blah blah, like that. I told you this is not an HTML course, so I expect you to know the base of HTML. Okay, so you have it. So first let's have a heading h1 and say that I'll make this one variable. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about, variables. Okay, so the reason why I asked you to install the live server, this one, live server, this one, I think yeah, this one is to that is we will able to see the changes we make to our code. So coming to the HTML, right click and then you click on open with live server. Okay, and then you can see that our application has been opened here. Okay, so I want to add this one to, let me let me delete this one for time being, and let me stick to this one. Okay, so I have my application open here. This one, this is our code, and this is the and this is our app, our project variables. Okay, so let me arrange it well so that this one here correct. Okay, so now this is the HTML. I have it here, and this is my code. Okay, I'll be shifting from left to right, so pardon me for that. Okay, so now we have our HTML application we open, and now let's start to write our first JavaScript. Okay, so now let's see how we can add JavaScript to our code. We have two ways. That is the inline and then the external. Okay, so I prefer to use the external one. I will teach you how to use the inline one. So for external one, that look at where you have our files being the same folder. Okay, so let's connect our JavaScript to our HTML. So below your body, okay, always put the script below the body of your content. So just type in script, okay, give IntelliSense, and then inside SRC, meaning the source of your file. So you go up one directly and say that dot forward slash and then app.js. Click save. Okay, now let's see, nothing happens. Okay, so now how sure that our JavaScript has been connected? So let's start first, write our first JavaScript. Okay, for time being, just type with me, type in console.log. Okay, and type what I type. Don't worry about the syntax now, I'll walk you through. Let's say connected, and then save. Go to your browser, and inside the console click this icon, go to more tools and developer tools, and you see here is where we are going to visualize all what you are going to code. So you can see that we have connected here on line 1 app.js. It means that our app has been connected. Okay, so good luck, you have created your first JavaScript application. That is a bit weird though, but there's a track. We are on track how we are going to code with JavaScript. Okay, so in the next tutorials, I will still walk you through the variables and other stuffs. And so this tutorial is about setting up JavaScript with your HTML file. So let's continue the next tutorials. Thanks for watching.